Actually, speaking about the media, we're all talking about the media and everything that's going on, where a lot of things happening where people are not loving themselves, and so they're doing things to change themselves. And actually, I want to talk about redefining beauty, because there is always that one person that people look at where they want to, everyone wants to jump on that look, where it's not them and they try so hard. Like even in the makeup industry, there might be, did you guys notice on Instagram that a lot of the girls, the makeup artists, they're doing this one look where they look kind of Middle Eastern, or the highlighting couture where everybody's doing the same highlighting to make your face look one way. I mean, we all have different features. We're not going to look that one way, but we all try to get that way. It's kind of scary. So when I see models like Winnie that actually had the campaign all over Manhattan recently, she was on America's Next Top Model. She won. Do you know that model?
Who?
She has a skin disorder where her skin, the pigment of her skin changes.
Oh yeah, I've seen her.
Mm-hmm. And that's someone how I call redefining beauty. She got into America's Next Top and won the whole competition out of all the people. She was the only person on the competition with that disorder. And so, with that disease. So it's kind of amazing to see how people are so admired by her and take her in, and they accept her. And she's in magazine covers. And she's like a supermodel now. She's like the model of today. So I love things like that, because we're not so stuck on looking at the person as different. She could be in the category as a regular supermodel, you know?
Yeah, she is beautiful and has a beautiful body. Beautiful. Like, you can't,
exactly.
She's so much more beautiful than a skin disorder.
Exactly. So it's just sad when people are all trying to look like one person, or a stereotype where that person's different. There was also another model where she was in a wheelchair, and she got a cover in a magazine because they wanted to actually just promote people who are different, and we're all individuals. So just to see different people in magazines, and not just the one tall 5'11" skinny size 2 model, it's a beautiful thing. Like designers now are actually trying to fit models to be for the clothes to fit the models, and not the models fit the clothes. Usually what there is there's a sample size, which is usually 0 to 4, and everybody who casts for it has to be in that size. And then they have plus size modeling, where it makes it seem like a plus size model is this fat, when really these plus size models, they're like what a normal woman looks like, you know?
Yeah. I've seen pictures of plus size models, and I've been like, what makes them plus size? You know what I mean? They look like the, girls I see every day.
And that's exactly it.
That's a
anything
problem.
over a size 6 is a plus size, which is the stupidest thing that I've heard.
And like the industry thinks that we're including everybody by making plus size models. It's like you're not including everyone. You are, but you're making it obvious that you're making it seem there's a difference, that they can't be a regular model. They have to be a plus size model. I don't think that term should exist, and I think it's detrimental to not only just the modeling agency, but also just the young girls that have to see this. Like, what if some girl's like, oh, this girl looks like me, but she's a plus size model. Does that mean I'm plus size?
Yeah, well, what if you're bigger than the plus size models? Because they're like a size 6. These poor girls who are anything more than that are probably like horrified at the thought that, what category does that put me in then if these women are plus sized?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why there's
a lot of things with the industry were fed to believe that certain things, like for example, a 6 is a plus size. So it will take a long time to change the industry standard. I don't think it's something that would happen overnight. And it's not even just the size. It's image as a whole. As a society, what we say is someone who's beautiful, and what we say is someone who's not beautiful. So it's definitely something that goes from industry to society to how you're raised to what's around you to what's your environment. It's such a big topic, and so many elements play a role into it. That modeling is like the smallest. That's like one of the small aspects, because when you watch a movie and who's the lead is the most beautiful girl, what does she look like? So there's a whole bunch of things.
And that's why we can't just sit around and just look at the problems that's going on. There are actually movements going on where women are women who are actually established in the industry, in the modeling industry, they're asking designers to make their sample sizes, size 6, where models are fitting their actual sizes, that women aren't trying to lose their weight to get there. They're actually just that regular size, or in the acting industry where women who are getting stereotypical roles as like a mother, or someone who's just stay at home, when there's actual women who are bosses, and they're women who are showing positions of power. And that's where I was going in, where there's actually like not equality in it. There's a big feminist movement going on, where like Amy Poehler, who was hosting the Grammy Awards, she actually spoke out, and she was saying to ask her more, a movement campaign saying to ask her more, because on the red carpet, a lot of reporters would ask kind of like closed-ended questions, or if it's just about the fashion, they're not asking the same question.
Ask me more than just about my dress is like the whole idea. Like, ask me about my work that I'm doing, and like, real substantial things, more than just who are you wearing.
Exactly.
Like, I'm actually a person behind these clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you guys got to think about it too. Like, some people just want to know that. They really that's what the red carpet is about. Sometimes it's like, who are you wearing? And you're here for whatever you're here for. If you want to sit down and talk about your work, then you go on an interview and a show and you tell everybody what your work is about. But I don't think there's anything wrong with them just asking those questions. It's like a quick 1, 2, 3. You don't really have time to get into all the specifics on the red carpet.
I agree with that. I feel like there's a time and place for asking for everything. I feel like it's not offensive to have someone ask, oh, who are you wearing? But I feel like if someone wants to say, oh, what size are you, that would be offensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's like that because that's what's going on. And if actors and actresses are having a problem with that, and they're saying, ask some more in detail questions about me, maybe what movie I'm filming, that's also a quick question. It's not a whole interview conversation. So on a red carpet, if only women are panned up and down on their dress, or maybe for E when they do the mannequin, it's like kind of ridiculous. If they're having a problem with it, then as a reporter, you went to school all these years, have more in-depth questions to ask about what film they're doing right now.
Exactly. Because the thing is, when they talk to men, they don't ask them all these questions. Like, a man doesn't have time to explain, I'm wearing an Armani this and this tie. It's real quick. They ask that question, it takes like 3 seconds. But then they continue on a conversation. You ask a little bit more than what that man is wearing.
And they might go on with the controversy that's going on in their life. Instead of doing that, ask about their craft, why they're here at the award show, accepting that award.
They definitely ask men the same question. I don't think it's a difference between the two, but as some women like fashion. That's what they do. They like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I've seen them ask actors, okay, what film are you working on? They do get those questions asked, but you can't take out the whole fashion aspect of it on the red carpet.
No, I'm not saying to take out the whole fashion, because it's the red carpet. That's what they spent hours to get dressed to go in. That's the fun part about it. But what the problem is, I understand feminist movement where they're saying ask her more, because they don't want to be just looked at as this just an object figure, just an object. That's the problem, and it leads into all the other things you were saying, Kenny, how it's a big picture. Where in film we get paid less than the men, we don't get the same kind of positions they do, and like the same different jobs. We get sometimes one role. That's why people like Kerry Washington, where she has several different roles she tries to fight for to play, where women are empowered, or they're not just behind the men. Those type of things need to be promoted more. Now it's starting. Now we need to promote it more, and maybe ask better questions on the red carpet to put them in a better light.
I guess I don't really think it's a big deal, that part of it. I guess I would have to look more into exactly what they're trying to fight for, because I don't think asking more questions about substance on the red carpet, where you have like 3 or 4 minutes to talk, is actually going to cause a change with the gender inequality. So I would have to just look into that myself.
Yeah, people watch the red carpets before the shows, and that's what they're seeing. So every little thing counts. So when they see that, that's what they're hearing, and that's the only thing people are getting from them. So maybe the problem is they don't know how to ask better questions. Maybe we need to act like we're all together as one person, and ask, how can we change this, or what can we do to change this, instead of just pin their problems, or just kind of basically harassing some of the actors and actresses on the red carpets about their personal situations. I love the fashion talk, but it should be more in and about like what they're doing with their work field and their accomplishments.
Gotcha. Deirdre, what do you have for us today?
So I have some news as far as big